If you stay in the worker-doer mode, you're not going to get ahead. You'll actually be seen by the higher-ups as not promotable because you don't know how to handle yourself. You don't know how to handle your workload. Being overworked, rushed, overwhelmed, probably on the verge of the edge of your nerves is seen as someone who's not promotable. If you're putting your self-worth into fixing other people's problems, it's a problem. And you'll win in life by having your soul on fire. Welcome to the Soul Powered Revolution, the essential podcast for high-achieving professional women who are done playing small. I'm Coach Mo, ex-CEO, ex-COO, and creator of the Soul Powered Method that has transformed over 2,200 executive women's careers. Each week, we decode the strategies that actually work for women at the leadership level while keeping your soul intact. Because true power isn't about working harder. It's about leading from your soul. If you're ready to stop dimming your light and claim the success you deserve, you're in the right place. New episodes drop weekly. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and join the revolution of women leading from their soul power. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone. It is Coach Mo. Welcome to a new twist on whether this common problem that professional women have is something that is part of the horizon for you. There is a common problem that is really owned by women. And I've been doing a little extra research over the last couple of weeks. And I will tell you this, ladies, we are not where we need to be in our power, in our influence, in our leadership levels at organizations. We are not where we need to be. And I am calling you out to fix the problem. Here's what I'd like to know, first of all. If you're one of my clients, hey, say hello and let me know that you are here. I love on my clients. And so many of you have been getting fantastic results. Some of our alumni group are continuing to up level. It feels so good to have a continued up leveling amongst you. The main, okay, here goes. I'm just going to say it out loud. One of the problems with being a woman in the world is that you are raised to take on everyone else's problems. You are raised to clear the table, do the dishes, do the cooking. I'm not coming out of the 1950s here, but this is still a problem. And you know what I see professional women who are breadwinners in their families doing? Paying for people's rents, paying for people's problems, paying for people's addictions. You must realize that just because you're the breadwinner in your family doesn't mean you have to pay for everyone else's problems or try to fix them. How many women we've been coaching over the years who literally are taking care of all the problems because they earn the most in the family. I want to really be clear on this. This is not a problem that you can survive and thrive in. This is a challenge that you need to come into your power and overcome. You know, everyone in your family is going to have their own challenges. Everyone in your family has a life to learn. And I'm not telling you how to be a parent or a mom or a woman in the world. What I'm putting down is a problem I see all the time. Women taking too much responsibility. And that also means at work. It doesn't mean that you can't be a loving, awesome, generous human being. But if you're putting your self-worth into fixing other people's problems, it's a problem. And look, I'm sure you're lovely. I'm sure you're awesome. If you're making good money, you need to have boundaries. And this is not a word you'll hear me say often, is boundaries. Because when your soul is alive, when you're thriving from within, you're going to make choices that are congruent with your higher self. If you're not quite feeling powerful, if you're feeling like you need to prove yourself or take care of others, or if you feel bad for others, you're probably feeling bad for yourself, because our external world mimics the internal world. I know. So when we work with one of our clients, and this is one of their problems, they begin to peel back at work. They stop filling the holes and filling the gaps at work that they are so readily to do other people's work or to be that hero figure at work. Look, I want you to do a great job. I want you to win, win, win. I want you to get promotions, make more money. But the way to do it is not by fixing other people's problems. It is not the road to salvation to fix other people's problems. You got to focus on the woman in the mirror. And she has the power to be a more awesome version of her. I will say this. There's one person who's coming to mind right now, a client who was about 6 months ago in our workshop, and she was a nurse, and she sort of was in everyone's business. She had gotten fired, and it was a little bit of an ugly situation. We helped her pick herself back up from the inside, help her pick herself back up from the outside, put a strategy together to get back on track with her career. And while we were doing that, there was so many money leaks that were equal to her energy leaks. And we helped her patch up the energy leak. And when we helped her patch up the energy leak, she no longer felt compelled to put money in her niece and nephew's pockets. As a matter of fact, she plugged that leak as well. Fixing other people's problems usually points to the fact that you don't feel worthy for yourself, and you have to fix other people's problems to feel worthy in the world. And I'm going to tell you this, your creator brought you into this world as an awesome being on your own. You, as your own being, are awesome. You are a reflection of the divine. And I know that as you were being raised, as a girl, as a young woman, you were told to do certain things that are not necessarily in your highest good. I know it's the way humans raise each other. I don't know. It gets a little tricky out there. Women are told to take care of others, take responsibility, hush up, don't brag, don't ask for anything, and just work hard, toil away. This gets us in deep trouble. It gets us in deep trouble in the modern world because most women on this planet are working for a living outside the home. You cannot take that attitude, that approach, that socialization of the old world into the work environment. You cannot. You will be buried under with stress, work, filling in other people's gaps, and not getting ahead because everyone's going to rely on you. Everyone's going to rely on you filling things out, and you're going to be overworked, hanging stuff all over the place, doing stuff, working around the clock, and you're going to be on this rat race. Well, not everyone else in your company is on the same rat race, but you've decided to take it on. So take a look this week, please, for yourself. Where are you overdoing it? With whom? And is it really serving you? One of the things I know to be true in coaching women all of these years, helping them rise up into bigger jobs, more responsibility, more power, but not more work. Yeah, you're going to work a little bit extra from time to time if there's a special project, etc. But the higher up you go, the more delegation ability you have and the more people you have to leverage into. If you stay in the worker-doer mode, you're not going to get ahead. You'll actually be seen by the higher ups as not promotable because you don't know how to handle yourself. You don't know how to handle your workload. Being overworked, rushed, overwhelmed, probably on the verge of the edge of your nerves is seen as someone who's not promotable. And you're probably, if you're in that zone of life, overworked and stressed out, you're probably not that great to be around. I'm just saying. And if you put on a happy face, if you put on a happy attitude, in certain Zoom meetings or whatever, but you're crabbing about things behind the scenes. Make no mistake about it, it's getting back. Somehow these things always have a flow back to the people that should or shouldn't know. So your ability to pretend you're not stressed out, you pretend you're not filling everyone's gaps, to pretend you're not frustrated and overworked is not, it's not, you cannot camouflage that. People know. They do, because we're an energetic world. And in an energetic world, we pick up energy. So whether your boss is going to specifically say to you, hey, look, it looks like you're overworked and can't really handle much more, I'm going to sort of park other things coming your way and sort of slide you on the edge of not really promotable and someone I don't want to include in the next cool level of stuff coming down the pike, because I see that you're stressed out and I don't want to make it worse for you. So you're going to get marginalized. You're going to get pushed aside and you're going to get labeled as someone who can't control herself. Meanwhile, people at home or family, maybe even some friends, are like pecking at you, trying to pull some stuff out of you too. This is a bad scenario that not only affects your career and your growth and your happiness, but it also begins to erode your personal life. I don't like to see it, but I see it way too often, and that's why I'm talking about it today. When you're too busy fixing other people's problems to fix your own, you're in a real rut. Everyone who is successful has learned, and this is what I want you to learn, that you've got to take care of what you need first. The airlines have it right with the oxygen mask, don't they? So that you can survive an airplane disaster, you got to put your oxygen mask on before you save others. This is one of the truths of living your life as well. If you don't pay attention to what you need, whether that mean your own inner joy and happiness, or also how much money you need to save to want to have your life, how much work that you can and can't do, if you are not true to yourself, but you're just giving, you will not be more successful. And I can almost guarantee you that you will be tripped up and thrown off that path, because your creator does not want you to stay in that for very long. Attending to other people's needs and fixing their problems is a guarantee that you're going to hit chaos and calamity, because someone's got to get your attention. Because that's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. And how many stories have we heard, and the clients we've taken care of over the past couple of years, taking care of a loved one, taking care of someone elderly in the family? I get it. I've had the same thing going on in my life. I have siblings, same thing. They're taking care of our aunts and uncles who are hospitalized at the drop of a hat. I get that. But you also have to take care of yourself. Now, with kids starting in school and having that extra burden in the family, you've got to stay clear on your North Star, which is your soul and your inner guidance system. That inner guidance system must be paid attention to. But if you have psychological constructs that are competing, that's what it actually does. Your psychological constructs compete against your soul. One of my clients asked me last week, why is it so hard to listen to our soul? And I'll tell you exactly why. Because our soul communicates to us through our body. We get an urge, we get an inkling. It's not like a download in your spoken language. It's through our body. It's an urge that feels right or wrong. It's a sense, because your soul is whole. It does not have a binary logical thought process. So what happens is, as it's trying to communicate to you, you're overriding it with thought process, with alleged logic and rationalization, and you're also fighting against it because it's probably, your body is probably in a fight or flight, freeze, fawn, flock mechanism. We have like 5 things that now happen when we go under a chronic stress pattern. So your body is so busy sorting out the threat that you can't possibly listen to your soul. And if you're so full of anxiety and worry and stressed out to the max, all you're going to do is want to do more because it feels like the right thing to do. Because when you're chronically stressed out, your body wants to take action. It wants to fight or flight. Those are the primary conditions of stress. I want to fight you off, or I want to run like hell away from you. So your body has this innate doing energy. And if that's how you're handling life with a chronic stress pattern and doing for others, you're going to be sinking fast and you will not be in touch with your soul because it is out of range. When you're stressed out and doing for others, your soul is out of range. I know you can feel it. And please feel free to comment if this is making sense to you. Because when you're in fight and flight, chronic stress mode, and you're too busy fixing other people's problems to fix your own, you need help from someone on the outside who is going to help you look at things differently and help pull you out of that pattern. This is what we do on our complimentary career clarity calls. mofaul.com/live clarity to help you see what's truly going on. Come to that call, book it, mofaul.com/live clarity, and come to that call with an open mind and an open heart because we're going to help you sort it out. You know, it's sort of like you have this thing that has been hurting you for so long and you're not sure how to get at it. Do you ever have like a bad toothache or perhaps a lower back problem or something that was like nagging you and you weren't sure exactly if it was something that you had to fix or it was just part of life? That's how most women who we talk to on our complimentary career clarity call sort through their problem. Well, I thought this was just what everyone was dealing with. I thought this was just the way life was going to be for me. I thought I had to put up with it. mofaul.com/live clarity, and you'll speak with one of my experts, one of my career breakthrough strategists who has been a coach trained to specifically sort things out with you and for you, to point out what's really going on for you. What is that chronic nagging problem that is causing your career not to perform at the level, that is causing you not to feel at the level you want to be at? What is that? We'll sort it out for you. And I'm going to tell you this on the complimentary career clarity call. If we can't help you, we will tell you that. We will sort it out and say, you know what, this will be best done this way, that way, this way. If we can help you, if we can help you solve the problem and take you to that next rung of your career that you're not getting at, we will absolutely be honest with you about what that looks like and how we can help you. Sure, there's an investment going on. You get experts, world-renowned experts helping you solve a problem. Yes, but don't let that be something that stops you from getting the clarity. Most women who we have complimentary career clarity calls with get the clarity and decide something else. That's okay by us. We work with lots of women over the years, over the months, over the weeks. I love helping women bring their souls back to life and helping them claim a career level that they have never been able to achieve, or it was so long ago because they lost their soul 20 years ago and it's been dragging behind them for so many years. If that sounds like you want to book a complimentary clarity call. We will help you rise up into a whole new internal level, which then tunes in your soul. When you can clear the psychological and the physical stress muck out of the way, then you can tune into your soul. That's when you stop overdoing for others. That's when you stop this cycle of irrational overdoing. And if you don't stop that cycle of overdoing, you will not hear what your soul is trying to tell you. It takes tuning in. And when you're stressed out overdoing it, you are not tuned in. And you're rationalizing for yourself that this is the way your life is supposed to be. But my niece and nephew need me. And if it weren't for me, they wouldn't be going to college. If it weren't for me, they wouldn't have new clothes for school. Hey, I get that. I get that. Let's not have it be an overdue pattern that puts you downward, that cycles you downward. in so many women's lives, the over 1,300 women who we have coached over the years. This is a big problem that they have to address in order to free themselves up to live the life that they want to live. It doesn't mean niece and nephew don't get taken care of to agree. But when you're empowered, when you're hearing that inner beckon of your soul, you're actually empowering others just by being that version of you. And oh, it's so great when your coworkers see it. Hey, what are you doing differently? Have you lost weight? They're going to ask you why you're beaming from inside. They're curious because they're going to notice the difference. And if you're married or have a partner or live with others, they're going to notice the difference. Once you begin taking care of your soul and yourself, you have changed the trajectory of this overworking and taking care of other people's problems. Again, this is a big problem for women, fixing other people's problems and ignoring what it is that you have to do for you or that you want to do for you. Don't you want a thriving life? Don't you want a sense of inner power and peace and freedom and happiness? You may think that that's not possible for you, but I will tell you this. No matter who you are or where you are as a professional woman, we can help you find that inner gear that feels so great. The graduates that graduated from our 12-week kick-ass workshop this past Friday, their posts upon graduating just warmed my heart. And in the alumni group, there's always posts of our alumni soaring to the next level, getting things taken care of, new jobs, promotions. We've got one gal who's an attorney. She helped manage saving one of her clients several $100,000, and she would have never shown up that way or been that bold with her clients before working with us. I mean, time after time, women who are stepping into their power, who are claiming their power and earning more money. Earning more money is a really nice thing. It makes your future feel brighter. It makes your current situation feel better. It allows you to save for things that you want. It allows you to go on better vacations and drive a better, more safe car. It allows freedom. When you have more money, you have more choices. And yes, you're going to have to take the people off your back because you earn more money than them. They might be taking advantage of you a bit. And that's part of the too busy fixing other people's problems to fix your own. That's part of this aspect that must be changed. And this is exactly why I do what I do. I have seen so many women being pecked apart by well-intentioned family members who really were out for themselves. And they took advantage of an honest, modest, hardworking woman who was a breadwinner in the family. Don't let that happen to you. Please don't let that happen. I know that you want to be a hero to your family. I know that you want to be seen as someone who can do for others. I get it. But please save yourself from being too busy fixing other people's problems, too busy passing out the solution. And meanwhile, you're eroding inside. You're feeling like your light is dimmer and dimmer. You're not sleeping, or perhaps you're taking medications or wine or binge watching Netflix or other things to help soothe your psychology. They never really do soothe your soul. And look, I've been there. I've had many sleepless nights where the things that were bothering me and things I couldn't fix were haunting me at night. And I learned how to do the things that I now teach my clients, which is going into a deep sense of self and power and being able to be in that level of power where you can say yes and no to the things that will serve you and be best for your highest version of you, and not feel guilty, embarrassed, or shamed that you can't fix everyone else's problems, including those at work. If your boss ought to be doing something and they're not, and they're pushing it down your way and you don't have the resources or the knowledge, or you're not included in the right meetings, but you're trying to fix their problems because you want to do good and you don't know how to communicate. Hey, boss, I don't have these resources. Hey, boss, I can't do that with everything else. You have to be in your power to navigate what other people want from you. And if you're just letting them take from you time, money, effort, you're going to start feeling depleted. And if you're not already depleted with a decade or two of this, you know what I'm saying. Let's fix this problem. Let's fix this problem for you. It is fixable, but you have to do some inner work to fix this. It is a spiritual answer. Fixing, overdoing, and overworking is a spiritual answer. And then you will act differently in the world. Then you will not feel like you're supposed to be fixing other people's problems. Book that complimentary career clarity call with us today so that you can sort out with one of my experts on my team, mofaul.com/live clarity, and we will help sort it out with you and for you. And if it's not something we can help you with, we will tell you that. But if it is, and it seems like there's a right fit, we will go for it with you, and we will help you change your life for the better forever. This is what we do. And this is what we've been doing for an amazing amount of women, 1,300 over the past 7 years, helping them achieve an inner sense of self and a long-lasting lifetime level of power and commitment to who they want to be in the world. It's awesome. It can be yours. mofaul.com/live clarity. And I'm going to leave you with this to-do item. Your to-do item this week is to really take inventory. You don't have to change a thing, but take inventory of where you might be overdoing it, where you might be giving too much. Just take a look at it. Just observe yourself. Take a look at it. Be aware of when this overdoing it for others is creeping up. When you feel that pull to possibly do something that you know is outside the bounds of what you should be doing for your higher self, what you should be doing for your work role. Take an inventory this week. That's the action item for this week. Take an inventory of when you're doing for someone else, you're sort of feeling like it's probably not what I ought to be doing, but I'm feeling like I have to. Just observe yourself in that scenario. And then perhaps you'll begin to appreciate that this is holding you back in some ways that you weren't even aware of. mofaul.com/live clarity gets you time with us on our schedule to absolutely rock and roll and get to the absolute truth of what's really going on. And again, we're experts. We'll help you understand it, get the clarity, and feel awesome about it. mofaul.com/live clarity. Let's get you the clarity to see if you're overdoing it and not paying attention to the importance of the things that you need for you. Let's get you out of the Overdoers Anonymous Club and into your power. This is Coach Mo, mofaul.com/live clarity. Let's get you the clarity. Stop overdoing. Take a look at what's going on in your life and do a real fair assessment for yourself. Don't judge yourself too badly now, okay? Be easy on yourself. mofaul.com/live clarity. And let's get you out of the overdoers and let's get you back to doing for yourself so that you can have the life and the career that you desire. This is Coach Mo Faul, mofaul.com, everywhere out there. I help women bring their souls back alive to land their dream jobs and have a dream life. We'll see you next time. Everything that women face in the corporate world, in life actually, can be counterattacked, counteropposed by a woman's powerful internal sense of being. And I call that your soul power. I want to help more women understand their soul power, and I want to create a soul-powered revolution. This is Coach Mo, mofaul.com.